What up, Dokkanners? We are currently in the middle of a support banner renaissance over here on Global because we are getting every single support banner for about 4 days a piece. We have currently already gone through the physical support banner and we are close to finishing the tech support banner as of me recording and posting this video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the value of these support banner units and which ones you should consider purchasing with your blue coins, because whatever possible way that we can get you guys to not summon on these banners, we as a Dokkan community are going to do just that, because you should not be summoning on these banners. You should be saving up for greener pastures on the 7-year anniversary, or even more specifically, the Golden Week celebration that is coming up in less than 2 weeks. So let's start by talking about the best support banner out of the bunch. When it comes to all of these units, they all function exactly the same. They all have the exact same passive, except of course the typings change, and they have the exact same leader skill. The only variation comes from their super attack, and of course their links and their categories. So out of all of these units, which one has the best links and the best super attack? I'm going to say the super attack is a little bit more important than the links, so let's start with that. All things considered, the best support unit in the game when it comes to these 10 units is the STR Hito. This unit can raise defense while causing supreme damage and have a medium chance to stun the enemy. When you think about it, when you're able to nuke and transform orbs into STR and then pick all of those up to give yourself some crazy stats, doing that on top of a defense boosting ability does make this unit quite impressive for a long form event. But at the same time, you can also see that based on the super attack effect, you can also have a place in the Super Battle Road, more of the short form event formats. So this unit is basically a jack of all trades where he can fit in any pretty much environment that he needs to be in. I don't really know so much about the red zone event, but that's not really that important because you're probably not going to be running the support units on the red zone event. So looking at the disambiguation, we've only got a couple of hits available. We don't have too much in terms of hit. There's no EZA yet except for the Tech Dokkan Festival one. So out of these two, the Tech Dokkan Festival one is generally considered better, but here's the thing. This unit has to actually super attack in order to get the ball rolling before this unit can conceivably protect himself. This hit over enough turns could gain enough defense where you wouldn't even have to attack. If you could hit frame 1, slot 1, and you have enough orbs picked up, or even without that, this unit could theoretically protect itself with the appropriate amount of time having been spent in that event. So this STR hit has the potential to be the best version of hit. So that alone makes this unit a must-have out of all of these supports. So if you have to pick one, let it be hit, but do not summon, just buy him with the coins. Up next, my second favorite out of all the supports is going to be the Agl Hyper Metarildo. This unit also can raise his stats, but only temporarily, greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn, causing supreme damage and sealing enemy super attacks. So when they're relegated to only launching regular attacks, or as I like to call it, slaps, you have the ability to greatly raise your attack and defense once or maybe even twice to basically cushion the blow, thereby giving this unit actually a pretty decent place on the Super Battle Road stage, and maybe even the long form event if you've got the appropriate links and the appropriate units on the team. So what I do want to point out though, when it comes to the links on this unit, there are some very interesting things that we can see here. This is the only unit that I can ever think of that has the ability to reduce damage received by 5% on 3 different links. This guy's got auto regeneration, loyalty, and mechanical menaces. I've never seen this before, and I don't think there's a way. Actually, you know what? I think there might be. I think there is a way to get all 3 of these links active at the same time. If you have the SR Metarildo or General Rildo there, that will take care of the mechanical menaces and loyalty, and then all you would need is auto regeneration, which is basically a trademark effect of the meta cooler. So under those circumstances, you could get all 3 if you put this guy in the middle. But yeah, this unit has the ability to defend very, very well. You would want to go for full additional if you want to possibly be launching an additional super attack, but again, that's up to you based on how you want to actually play with these units. So that is my second favorite because I feel like he can also fit very well on a bunch of different events. The ability to seal and the ability to pad on the stats quite quickly does make for a very valuable unit, all things considered. The only thing that just stinks though is the artificial lifeforms terrifying conquerors GT bosses. That part sucks. Up next on the scale, I will say that this is now like the next tier. I would say the first tier was the Metarildo and the STR Hito. The next tier is going to be the Gohan Kid and the Kaba. These 2 units both cause supreme damage and raise his allies' attack, or sorry, raise their own attack and defense by 30% for 9 turns. 9 turns, which means you could be launching a super attack every other turn and raising your stats by 30% each and every time until the drop-off kicks in 9 turns in. If you have additionals, you could be padding on those stats even more. This is one of the reasons why I love the AGL Goten and the Physical Trunks EZAs, because they're able to pad their stats by 50% a super in very quick fashion. So in that same light, if these two units can also do the same thing, they will be able to boast some pretty high numbers while not really doing much else in terms of status effects. So they are basically supposed to be the muscle. STR Kaba and Int Gohan. Up next on the next tier, I'm going to say that we are going to be looking at the Vegeta and the Ultimate Gohan. These units can both infinitely raise attack, cause supreme damage with a medium chance to stun. So these units are meant for short form events, and you have to really make sure that you can get that stun, because if you don't, this guy is not going to be really protecting you defensively unless of course you pick up enough Int Key Spheres. So that is a pretty risky endeavor with these two units. I wouldn't recommend them normally. I will say though that this Vegeta is slightly better than the Ultimate Gohan based on the fact that this unit simply has Big Bad Bosses. Big Bad Bosses is a very difficult link to have on Vegeta units, but there are a couple, so you can actually get the Big Bad Bosses. Big Bad Bosses. I just said bodice, and that's actually a word. Big Bad Bodice. So the Big Bad Bosses link is available on another Vegeta, most notably the AGL Great Ape Vegeta. So with those two together, you will be able to activate the Big Bad Bosses link. The Saiyan Roar one will sadly have to be activated somewhere else. So I will say the Vegeta is slightly better, followed by the Ultimate Gohan. And then after that, we've got the rest of the pack. We've got this guy who can heal 18% health. Sure, whatever, causing supreme damage, that's fine. You've got a Pan that can raise allies' attack by 25% for 2 turns. I'm still thinking about that Big Bad Bodice thing that I said. You've got the, and you know what's funny? The worst of the bunch has got to be the tech supports. The tech supports are actually just bad. Like, their super attacks greatly lower attack and defense. They just cause supreme damage. They don't do anything else. And it's kind of a letdown, which is ironic because the worst of all of them is basically this TN. And this is the only support that I had for, what, a year and a half, 2 years? So, yeah, just my luck. That is pretty much it, folks. That is the unofficial tier list for me regarding these support banners, which ones I feel are better than the others. If you have enough coins to spare, just simply go down the list as I mentioned. From the top, it would be Hit, then Rildo, then Kaba and Gohan. This one's kind of interchangeable, honestly. After that, the Vegeta is probably the most important. And after that point, it's just a matter of whatever else. If you have enough coins to buy all of it, then you are most notably a whale. If you cannot do that, then at the very least, save for the ones that count. STR Hito is the way to go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about what I had to say about all of these supports? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are there any units that should be ranked higher or lower? And how many coins do you have, and how many coins are you willing to spend? All of those questions, try to answer them in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. And also remember, do not summon on these support banners. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.